Hello viewers and welcome to a brand new episode of Anzenmezzeron Hell Games, where I will showcase actual plays of Magna Gothica Maleghast. In this episode, Gargamix vs Dead Souls, with Gay Bunny as Goregrinders and Pumpkinhead as Adhorrers. Just like last time, the contestants will be playing Maleghast on Tabletop Simulator. It just looks very pretty to me and it feels nicer to use than Roll20. This time around, we gonna be having another special scenario, this time, heads, the goal of which is to collect heads from corpses and place it in the center square. At least that's how it's supposed to work. The reality is that if the special scenario is based on the base rule, only two houses can win this consistently, Igori for producing all the corpses they need instantly, and Goregrinders for just murdering the other necromancers first, because why go for objective when you can go for murder? The new rule by Vaki Ryan, who also made the map for this matchup, is supposed to prevent this, by declaring that extra corpse produced by Igori do not produce heads, and that the necromancer can just regenerate at their starting area if they get killed. At least that's the plan. Also, check out the map, 2 squares of walls on each side of the map, plus elevations on here and here, as well as plenty of adverse terrains around the center square, means that one way or another, both sides will get funneled into the center of the map just from the necessities of faster movement. There's also 2 squares above to track the amount of head being placed by each team, which will be represented by the old soul token. This map is also very good, showing off an eerie vibe with half the map being corrupted by the Fae, or something you don't want to bother with. So, let's take a look at the black masses. Onto the Goregrinders. Gay Bunny has set up a black mass consisted of 6 warheads, 2 pain wheels, and of course, the Necro herself. While the matchup is on loathing this time, Gay Bunny has decided to just stuff practically all the upgrades into the Necro, who has apoplexy for all the strength and berserk tokens, and then Spine Devil Blade to immediately whack someone to dead in one go with all those tokens, plus Blood Boil, which has a neat trick of making a dead unit survive just a turn more, just enough to dunk the heads towards the goal. The pain wheels, the only upgraded unit, have Hurdle, which just lets them move more when they are about to die, perfect for this special scenario. Onto the Adhorrers. Pumpkin has 1 of each unit, this of course include the Zealot, and holy shit, Zealot is actually being used. Nobody actually really use Zealot because the most effective strategy of Adhorror is to turn a game of Maleghast into a goddamn siege. A unit that moves around a lot is not good at that, but in this special scenario, you really need something that can move fast, and that's what horror units are good at. Anyway, with that done, let's start the match by rolling the initiative. And Pumpkinhead got it. The Adhorrers arranged their units first, followed by the Goregrinders, and round 1 began with the Holy Body moving forward, and immediately using bolides to throw hazards around, though this costs 1 vitality token as the Holy Body used Scathe upgrade to reroll for more hazards. But this actually just falls into the Goregrinders' plan, as the Warlord took her turn, gained free berserk token from her trait, and then used apoplexy for more strength and berserk and then double them, and then she just gonna stood there and exploded, severely damaging all the warheads around her, because guess what, the special scenario didn't specify that the heads you use to win the game has to come from your foes. The Penitent then moved up and threw Jarkrati at 1 of the pain wheels, as Pumpkin realized those are the real threats. Then a pain wheel is going to perform a pro gamer move and ran over a whole bunch of warheads with spin out, because as it turns out, with Hell Wheel trait, pain wheel can move through units but not end their turn in their space, and I repeat, not end their turn in their space. This is the important keyword here, as the pain wheel can then just move out of the way. And I guess Gay Bunny just revealed how pain wheel is now somehow even better than being the best of the horrors. Truly, it's a pain that keeps on giving. Also, the pain wheel should be getting speed tokens from spin out here, just 1 because it just moved after spin out. The Exorcist then moved in and of course, threw even more holy water around, this time on this specific warhead, which of course immediately decimated a whole bunch of them, as well as slightly damaging the Warlord and a nearby tree. It is now the Warhead's turn. 2 of them moved onto the hazards and died. It is no longer the Warhead's turn. Also, the Goregrinders have 5 fucking souls now. The Zealot moved up and of course, used Whirling Chain at the damaged pain wheel, but missed, so that only glazed. The last warhead moved up, picked up the 2 head from the 2 warhead corpses that died over the hazard, and then the simulator fucking crashed. The Anti-Priest moved up, just moved up, it's so slow. The other pain wheel moved down and picked up 1 head. The Inquisitor moved up an elevation, and then shot at the damaged pain wheel. This time it actually hit and with explosive bolt, pushed the pain wheel back while leaving it on 0 health. However, this also activates Hurdle for the pain wheel, so it can move even faster now on its turn. Round 1 ended, and round 2 began with both sides gaining 1 soul. Also, Goregrinder now has 6 fucking souls. It is now the Goregrinders' turn as the Adhorrers finished their turn last and the Painwheel just moved up, spent the last speed token it has, and then get overclocked, which is another extra soul ability the Warlord has. This gave it 2 more speed token, and as it was on 0 health, caused it to explode, which killed the nearby warhead, dropping the 2 heads it was carrying, and also there should be 4 heads right on this spot, as the warhead itself also dropped another one from its corpse. However, this proved to be a major tactical error, as the Exorcist just walked in and yoinked all of it. This was because I also made one extra rule to the scenario, because you see, as soon as a black mass dropped down to 3 units, it is no longer possible for them to win no matter what, because you need 1 act to pick up the head, and 1 more act spent to dunk the head into the center zone. So I made one new rule that if all the heads are gathered on the same tile, a unit can just walk in and pick all of them up in one go. This was supposed to allow a black mass that's severely low in number to still have a chance to win the game. However, this also means that a black mass with a lot more units can take advantage of this new rule just fine. The Warlord tried to stop this literal killsteal by going in, igniting herself on fire, gaining a bunch of tokens, and swinging her spine devil blade at the Exorcist, but the attack was body blocked by the Zealot, who was immediately vaporized as the Warlord spent like all the strength and berserk tokens to boost the damage, and also still damaged the Exorcist by 1 point because of berserk. A penitent moved in and threw Jarrati at the Warlord, damaging her, and another attempt to try to whittle down the Exorcist was done by the Painwheel, but the result was not successful as the Painwheel missed its exfoliate. But even if the Exorcist was reduced to 4 health so the Spine Devil Blade can destroy him on the start of round 3, the Penitent was just right there to body block, and thus the game ended with the Goregrinders surrendering. Honestly, if not for that one fatal mistake, the Goregrinders is going to win in just about any scenario. If the Painwheel carrying all the heads suffered fatal damage, the Warlord can just blood boil and the Painwheel goes fucking LMAO and just slams those heads in. There's no way to stop this at all except maybe with obliterating attack. This special scenario is, quite frankly, very janky, and not in the good way. There's really only 2 ways to play this, and maybe the rule will be fixed to be more balanced one day, but it's definitely not today. That said, this map is very cool, and I will most definitely be using it for a future match in a more violent way. Anyway, that's all for now, and I will see you all next time. Hello there, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell button. If you really want to support my channel, you could visit my Patreon page, or buy me some coffee, links in the description. Anyway, have a nice day.